This is Jamal69 once again with another little piece of information that I've been asked by a couple of people, and other people have speculated, other people have just made up wild numbers. But it seems to be a topic that interests some people here and there, especially those of you that are just like me, that are working on production now on this warehouse. It took me forever or a lot of work basically to get all my research done, and I've gotten to the point where I've completed all the research now, but I've actually filled up the warehouse now as well with production, so it's ready for sale. And let me tell you, I already tried to do a sale of a full warehouse just a little earlier by myself, just to see if it could be done by one person. And I don't know what all the missions might be or might not be, but I can tell you the mission that I was given, it is impossible to be completed by one individual. Just cannot be done. So don't try it. I would recommend that you have a minimum of three, not two, but a minimum of three people to do a full warehouse. Uh, uh, because even with two people, if I had tried that last mission that I tried to do to sell the warehouse, it would not have completed it. We would not have been able to do it just with two people. So it takes a minimum of three to be safe. I don't know if, like I said, if there's other missions out there that can be done with one or two people, but this one that I got was impossible, absolutely impossible to be completed by myself alone, and definitely I know two people wouldn't have made it either. So have a minimum of three people to do these missions. But as you can see right now, my stock is full. The value is given at $700,000, but that's $700,000 on the cheap side. Now, looking at the actual sale price. See, I've done one by myself that was for $42,000, and that was easy just by myself. But the full warehouse, it's just no, it ain't gonna happen. By the way, when you do all your research and it's done, it closes out that window. You can't do anymore. And then the managing staff as well, you can't assign anything to anything else. So that's it. Once you're done with the research, you can't assign staff to both anymore, and you can't assign anyone to research at this point. It just allows you to go to manufacturing, which is where I'm at. And now to look at the sale, see, that's on the cheap side, $700,000. But if you want to sell the whole warehouse at full value here, at the most expensive price that will be paid for it, the best gains for you, it's at just over $1 million. So it's quite nice because there's no upfront fee for you to pay for you to get the merchandise, for this supply to be constructed and for you to be able to sell it. The only thing I can say though is that there is a price, but it's on a different end, which is they charge you fees on the game. For mine, it's exactly $9,400 every single GTA day to have my staff working. And I imagine that happens to be because I also purchased this right here, the upgrade to hire more staff. Maybe if you don't do this upgrade, maybe you get charged less. I'm not sure. I just know that I get charged almost $10,000 every single GTA day. Every 24 hours on GTA, I get a big, nice chunk of money taken out of my GTA money every day. It hurts to watch $10,000 just go away. And if if you're strapped on cash, it'll keep you from finishing up maybe a couple of other things you were planning to do, and you got to work towards having more money than those $10,000. Than what you need, at least $10,000 over what you need, so that when it gets taken out, you don't feel the loss, or you're able to complete whatever you're trying to do, whether it's buy something or pay for something or whatever. But again, the sale though, I imagine, I don't know how long it took me to fill it up. It wasn't that long that it took me to fill up the whole warehouse. It definitely wasn't 10 actual days. It took me about 3 days, I think. Yeah, 3 days, I think, to fill it up completely. Or maybe it was it 2 days. I don't know. 2, 3 days, whatever. To fill it up completely by keeping the supply levels, of course, um, constantly available. And I don't know how many days that took, for sure, in GTA days, that is. So I have to wonder. Let's say if it took me 10 GTA days, that would have been approximately $100,000 that was taken away from me by the game. And then if I'm making this much money, which is 1,050,000, then I would have a pretty good gain. So that's not bad. I mean, you're losing 100,000 out of this, then it's $950,000. It's not that bad, but that's still $100,000 that you actually don't make because you're being charged by Rockstar. The way they program this kind of deal is that you're getting charged to pay your employees. The good thing though is that if you have no money to pay them, because let's say you're below what you that 9,000, or you're at zero or whatever, $65, whatever the case might be, is they will work anyway and they will still make production. So it's kind of like getting free labor, and I've been kind of actually trying to do that, just having no money on hand and letting them work for free and make money, and then for me to get the money, just the whole money, the whole set of money without losing a dime. Right now I've got $23,000. That's all I've got left after all this was purchased. I've purchased every weapon. I purchased everything I think I could purchase for these things, and so I'm pretty much done, and now just trying to make my money back. And so I think it's quite nice still that you have to put no money up front like the other warehouses where it's $18,000, let's say, for 3 crates. You don't have to do that here, and that's pretty neat. So you will get this stuff for free. The resupply missions are easy for the most part, and they're also quite fun. So it's kind of, it doesn't feel like you're really working to keep it busy, at least not for me. But I just wanted to kind of do a short little video, just kind of highlighting what the prices are for selling this warehouse, and for what you're gonna make, on the finishing end of having it finally completely filled up again. 1,050,000 is what you will get for the warehouse. So I think it's well worth it, even with the money that's being taken away for having the employees. I think in the end, I don't even think that you lose $500,000 in paying employees by the time that you're able to fill up the warehouse. I'm realistically thinking that it's between $100,000 to $200,000. So in either case, you're talking about at least your minimum gain is going to be $850,000, I guess. Really, that's what it'll amount to in the end, at the very least, in my opinion. That's about ballpark where it would be. So hopefully all of you are making money and getting this to work for you all like I am, and good luck. Hopefully this will, keep you always strapped with some cash. I think it's a pretty good investment. So I'm out.